It's finally time to sit down and watch the season 6 premiere.
1 hour later.
Is it time?
With Celestia as my witness, it's time. Wait, how did you get into my house?
You left your front door wide open. Again.
Hello, every pony. I am HeartsyArtsy, and I thought we had enough of this.
Indeed. First, they gave us enough speculation fuel to fill an entire count with a Tree of Harmony topic, and now they give us this?
Yeah, but we have to do what we have to do.
You're right. So, to put our lovely audience in context, this is Princess Flurry Heart, daughter of Shining Armor and Princess Cadence. As you can see, she's a natural-born Alicorn, and those eyes.
Wait, what's wrong with her eyes?
I'm sorry, but fillies with big eyes always give me the creeps. Even more when they are as sentient as her. Begone, foul demon! The power of Celestia compels you! But going back to the important thing.
Right, she's a natural-born Alicorn, and Celestia's words about this fact mark the difference that set off the whole speculation bomb, as you put it.
The birth of an Alicorn is something Equestria has never seen.
It is beyond even our understanding.
So now we have a problem with the statement that no pony in the right mind could figure out. If what Celestia is saying is true, does that mean that she and Luna aren't natural-born Alicorns? Or on the other hand, does this mean that the Regal sisters come from a different nation where Alicorns are naturally born?
Exactly. And by what we know about them, we cannot be entirely sure. For instance, let's take a look at the journal of the two sisters, a diary T and Luna wrote as they started their roles of rulers of Equestria. In chapter 1, Celestia writes, "I can't even believe that Luna and I are going to be princesses. It all happened so suddenly and unexpectedly. A very unusual unicorn sorcerer who called himself Starsfield Bearded approached us."
She then proceeds to explain how the leaders of the 3 tribes came to see her and Luna and asked them to be their rulers. Then we have this line: "They knew that Alicorn stood for everything Equestria was founded upon: love, harmony, and friendship. And because Alicorns are a combination of Pegasi, unicorns, and earth ponies, they believed that we could represent the citizens of Equestria in an unbiased manner, all ponies being equal in our eyes. So this proves that they were Alicorns by the time Equestria was founded as the nation we know and love."
But still, it gives us zero information about their Alicornness, whether if they were natural-born Alicorns, which would mean they were born outside of Equestria, according to Celestia's words, or if they acquired that state like Cadence and Twilight did. And by the way, Rarity?
But I thought Alicorn wings had to be earned by accomplishing some great princess-worthy deed.
Yeah, how can you just be born with them?
You should read that book, Twilight Sparkle and the Crystal Heart Spell, where Cadence explains that before being an Alicorn, she was a Pegasus. So there's that other way around where you can become an Alicorn by getting a horn. But anyway, going back to the Celestia and Luna topic.
This is one of the most prominent theories in the fandom for sure. Is the journal of the two sisters, the one we can buy in real life, actually canon? The world may never know.
Dun dun dun!
Thanks for that. So if we consider the books 100% canon and nothing backs up this train of thought, does that mean that Celestia was speaking literally? That no naturally born Alicorns have existed in Equestria since she and her sister have taken rule over Equestria?
Though she never said anything about the possibility of Alicorns existing outside of Equestria.
Aha! A loophole! It still makes me wonder if a baby Alicorn is genetically possible. Do you have any idea?
Well, this is something a lot of people has talked about in the fandom, with the most usual example being the cake babies. They are born from 2 earth ponies and still belong to the other 2 races, because they have a unicorn in their father's family and a Pegasus in their mother's family. So with this we can assume genetic rules work in a similar way as they do in the real world.
But how does this make it for a baby pony to be born an Alicorn? Would it be possible to happen if a unicorn and a Pegasus have a baby?
I don't think so, and there's a very simple way to prove it. There are no records, or at least no mentions, of a baby Alicorn being born previously, just like Celestia says. And something as big as the birth of an Alicorn should be in the equestrian history records.
Yeah, you prove a good point there. Perhaps Flurry Heart is the extremely rare case of all of the genetics lining up perfectly, though it doesn't hurt that her mom is an Alicorn as well. Maybe there are no known Alicorn births because the only way it's likely is if your parent is already an Alicorn. After all, neither Celestia, Luna, nor Twilight have given birth.
That we know of.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Have you ever noticed that the princesses, Celestia especially, seem to be hiding things from us?
I sorta picked up on that a bit, yeah.
Remember how I talked in the last theory video, the one about the Tree of Harmony, how Celestia and Luna probably erased some fragments of equestrian history so ponies wouldn't turn against them?
Yeah, that's actually a really dark theory, but what does that have to do with this Alicorn theory?
It's pretty simple. What if they are artificial Alicorns, like Twilight and Cadence, who decided to erase and change the historical records so ponies would see them as practically gods? This would be another way to reinforce their power and influence on the ponies of Equestria. Oh, I can feel my darkest ideas for fanfics slowly becoming canon.
Oh my goodness, I never realized it was that bad. But now that you bring it up, think all the way back to the first episode. Twilight looks up information about the elements of harmony. I specifically remember her reading that there were 6 elements, but one of them was never discovered. Fast forward to the season 4 finale and there's Celestia herself wielding the quote-unquote missing element of harmony. Why would she hide something so vitally important?
Another point to hide the truth theory. You can try as much as you want, Celestia, but truth always comes out. That, or it's just a writing error, as that was the first episode of the series, and a lot of things have happened since that moment, making it very easy to make continuity errors, but the dark theory speculation is way funnier in my opinion.
Yeah, Alicorns sure are weird. Speaking of Alicorn absurdities, have you noticed how incredibly strong Flurry Heart is for being a newborn?
That is something quite scary for me. Just look at the reach of her powers. She can blast a laser like Twilight's at the end of season 4. And Twilight's beam was the result of combining the power of 4 Alicorns. How can a newborn filly be way more powerful than 4 Alicorns, 2 of them being like thousands of years old, which would have let them improve their powers? It's just another point to the theory of Celestia and Luna not being born Alicorns.
Yeah, you're right. I definitely don't want to get on the wrong side of this baby. Wait, Arty, what are you doing?
Oh, look. She's actually so cute. Look at her giant smile and big demon eye. Oops! Yeah, that's a good idea.
Oh, Arty. While you're here, I would like to discuss one more thing. How do you think Alicorns age and mature? The way I see it, we have 3 different sets of Alicorns. We have Celestia and Luna, who are both thousands of years old. Despite their age, they've always looked the same, at least from what we've seen. Then we have Cadence and Twilight, who are both turned into Alicorns. They've both gone through noticeable physical changes even after transforming. And now we have this bug-eyed, large-winged, tall-horned little baby bundle of money. I mean joy. How do you think she'll age?
Now we can get a little meta in this matter. I think it all depends on how long the show will last. If it's going to be like 2 or 3 more seasons, nah, I don't think she'll age. It wouldn't make much sense, not at least based on what we know of pony growth. And plus, she's a baby Alicorn with big eyes and wings. If that doesn't have dollar signs all over it, I don't know what does.
Totally! What kid wouldn't want a bug-eyed, giant-winged baby pony princess doll?
Going back to Alicorn growth, it's clear they have different features than the other 3 races. They are a bit taller than Earth ponies, have bigger wings than Pegasi, and longer horns than unicorns. This may be a result of their greater inner power, which would be manifested with the things I just said, or maybe a result of their longer lifespans, which would lead to a greater development of their physical structures, like we see in Celestia's and Nightmare Moon's cases. Or it could be both at the same time, so if she has a wide window to grow as the show goes on, I think she'll age, on the outside, slower than normal ponies, making her look, for instance, like a filly when she's 50 years old.
Fascinating. Anything you'd like to say before we wrap this all up?
Yeah, the fact that nothing makes sense. Neither them be natural nor artificial Alicorns.
What? But Arty, why did you say that? You're destroying everything we talked about until this point.
Not exactly. Our theories are as valid as any other brony would come up with. But here is the flaw I see. If Celestia and Luna are natural-born Alicorns, beings considered by every pony else as gods, why are they so weak in terms of magic power that they get outclassed by every enemy they face? Queen Chrysalis defeated Celestia in one blast. Discord, they needed the elements of harmony in order to stop him. Tyrek, they didn't even try, because apparently the gathered power of every pony in Equestria outmatches 4 Alicorns. And what about the beginning of Season 6, now that we are talking about it? The 2 Riddle sisters, Alicorns capable of moving the sun and stars, can't stop a mere blizzard. What is the sense in all of this?
Well, now that you put it that way, it would make a lot more sense that Celestia and Luna are artificial Alicorns and thus change the history record so Pony would believe that they are godlike and almighty. But if that would be the case, how is it possible that they have lived for thousands and thousands of years? Being an artificial Alicorn doesn't extend your lifespan that much, does it? Twilight, for instance, will not live her friends due to her Alicornness, just like Megan McCarthy said when Brony started to freak out at the Twilight's an Alicorn topic. So if it's not normal for artificial Alicorns to live that long, then Celestia and Luna are natural Alicorns? And if that's really true, why do they seem to be hiding so much about it? It doesn't make sense.
Indeed, but for now I say we should leave this to every pony else to think about it, and we wrap this up. My brain feels itchy and tired after all this Alicorn madness.
Mine too. But one last question before you go. Out of the 3 theories we discussed, which one do you think is most likely?
My speculative mind, filled with dystopian and conspiracy theories, tells me the Riddle sisters being artificial Alicorns is the best one. But I would go with the theory of natural Alicorns born outside of Equestria in a non-mentioned kingdom where it was natural that Alicorns were born.
Interesting. I see your point. As for me, I find it very hard to decide until we see more evidence pointing one way or the other. Though I still lean towards Celestia and Luna being naturally born Alicorns. For Flurry Heart, I think she'll grow at an accelerated rate and appear to be more mature than she actually is. Once she reaches a certain growing point, she'll look that way forever.
It's possible, but I think this makes for all the video. My head is all fuzzy, just like at the end of the last one we made. Thanks for having me here, Heartsy. See you around. Thank you for keeping your door open so I could get in again. And goodbye, every brony.
See you later, Arty. Collabs are always so much fun to do. So what do you all think about all of this Alicorn mumbo jumbo? Do you think Celestia and Luna are naturally born Alicorns? What do you think Celestia meant when she talked about not seeing anything like Flurry Heart before? Do you think she's hiding things from us? How about Flurry Heart herself? How do you think she'll age up and mature? A huge thanks to Arty for collaborating with me once again. It's always a pleasure working with you. I look forward to doing it again. Until then, I'm open for any theories, collabs, and suggestions that you guys might have. I am HeartsyArtsy.
And I'm Arty.
And thanks for watching.